Hi, my name's Daisy and today I'm doing a topical video on why we can't live without books. It's a big question that. When World Book Day contacted me about their TeenFest, this made me ponder. It made me realise how much words have a power over us and how I wouldn't want to live in a world that didn't have books, and I can't live without books. And living without books would make it so difficult for our educational sources for maths, English and science and other topics because we wouldn't have the books there to be able to show people this is what you're doing in your education, this is what you need to learn. And equally, because we wouldn't have those educational sources, we wouldn't be able to bring up our children and our future generations up on actually how to read and write because they wouldn't be there. That part is a really big play in why we can't live without books. And even in the world of non-fiction books, where we have books that are about cooking and books that are self-help books and books that are autobiographies that help people learn about other people's stories and their life stories and everything else, that would be gone. We wouldn't be able to express that. We'd only be able to express it through the TV and say, this is how my story happened. But speaking of TV, how many adaptations that you watch are either in TV shows or films? So many things are actually inspired by books that we wouldn't have things like Benedict Cumberbatch playing Sherlock. That would not happen. We wouldn't have these film adaptations of the YA world that we absolutely love. There's so much that is inspired by books, and if we lived without that, our TV and film industry would be losing out on quite a bit. It wouldn't be a purely bland world because people would still create things, but it wouldn't be the same. And let's obviously not forget about fiction. Now, fiction is something that I read the most of, so if I had to live without it, I would be very, very miserable because I wouldn't be even able to read non-fiction, so it would suck royally. Within fiction, you can create a huge inspirational, creative world that has anything that can happen in it. It's a vast world and you can create anything. And living without that source of entertainment and joy that I get and being able to go into another world, and sometimes when I'm stressed and I just want to not deal with the situation at hand because I can't do anything about it and I want to delve into a world, that wouldn't be there anymore. I would just be sat there feeling sad and possibly trying to watch the TV. I would say I don't know about you guys and how you feel about this, but let's be honest, we are basically filming every day or every couple of days or every week about how much we love books and how books are a massive part in our lives. So if that just disappeared, I would just be sat here either not talking at all or having to do something else. I'd have found a different outlet to go into. The question at hand was why we can't live without books, and I feel like I've kind of explained why personally I feel like we as a world can't live without books because there's so many different educational sources. And equally, the other thing that I didn't touch on is that we have Bibles and different religions that actually are based upon the books. So if we didn't have those equally, we would be in a world that didn't maybe have religion. It's possible, but some people might have a religion that doesn't require a book at that point, but then it's hard to then get it out there. But I'm going to list a few reasons why I personally couldn't live without books. First of all, a very important topic is we would have no Peter, we would have no Dimitri, we would have no Jace Wayland, we would have no Thor, we would have none of these fictional boyfriends that we all appear to believe that exist in our minds. And equally, we wouldn't be able to watch very attractive men play them on the big screen because, you know, all us girls do like the YA adaptations and attractive men playing on characters that we really like, so, you know, that wouldn't happen. If we had to live in a world that had no books, we would not have big communities of people on forums talking about books or on Goodreads or even on YouTube. We wouldn't have all those things happening, so that's why we can't live without books, because I can't live without BookTube. That's not possible, and all these blogs would not exist either, actually, so that's a very valid point. Blogs, forums, BookTube, Goodreads, no longer if you had no books. That's why we need the books, because otherwise I wouldn't know you guys, and that would be a very big shame. Bookshelves probably wouldn't be called bookshelves anymore. They would literally just be called shelves, and that is a crying shame because everybody needs a bookshelf. And a very important thing as well about why we can't live without books is no Harry Potter. Basically, books are not just an entertainment source, we do need them in our lives because they are very important. That's my sum up of why I believe that we can't live without books. However, I'm going to also tell you about World Book Day now because that's very, very important, and they've been doing some really cool things and they are letting me be involved as well, which is awesome. World Book Day have created something called TeenFest, and it is amazing how many authors are on board with this project. TeenFest takes place from the 4th of March to the 5th of March between 6 and 8 PM. There are some very popular authors taking part in TeenFest such as Holly Smale, Cassandra Clare, Holly Black and Mallory Blackman, that's just to name a few, and there will be interviews and hangouts and there are prizes to be won and DIY things and playlists. There's just so much that is cool about TeenFest. And it's free. I'll be linking the schedule down below for all the authors that are taking part and when it's all happening, because that's obviously very important. It will be down here, all the information will be down here. And World Book Day have also been awesome and given me a giveaway to be able to host, and it is for a YA book bundle and it's super exciting. Unfortunately it is for only UK and Ireland residents, so I apologise to international people. There's a few terms and conditions which you need to be subscribed to my channel. You also need to be either with a parent or guardian's permission if you're under 18. If you're over 18, that's obviously fine. It's going to run until Tuesday the 19th of March, and the way to win this is by hashtagging down below "can't live without books" and telling me a couple reasons why you couldn't live without books. There's going to be a lot happening on social media as well, so if you're an international person as well and you want to take part and you just want to tweet why you couldn't live without books, then go ahead. Obviously you have to use that hashtag "can't live without books," and there'll be loads of stuff on social media and Twitter and Instagram and all this kind of stuff. It's very exciting. There'll be a lot of links down below to the schedules and the websites and the Twitters as well, so if you'd like to take part, please do go across social media and talk about why you couldn't live without books. Good luck UK and Ireland residents for the giveaway, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and happy reading. Bye!